Hey. Where's this? Oh man, I would have done it today, but I really rough today. Start today. Cool. I hadn't had a chance to practice. I want to warm my voice up. I can't really. I'll sing it for you maybe tomorrow. I can play it. I know you like Nirvana, don't you, Stuff? So to make it up. So long. go, Stealth. There's a little bit of fun for you, mate. I know you're on a... Played a bit about for online while waiting for... Hello. I was just saying that sounds quite cool. And, I was saying there's a bit of Nirvana for you, Stealth. I know you like Nirvana. I hope that makes...
Any luck yet?
Oh, back to this beauty. She's actually making the game twice as good.
Any luck yet? You did? Let me see them. I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn. The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself. That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give a safe passage into the soul cairn. A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Oh, damn it. We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them.
I think I picked them up. A load of stuff. Hello, Spider-Man. How's it going? Welcome. Where we come in? Ah, what's out there? There's the shards. Oh, a grand soul. Very useful.
Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready.
Might need to make a few supplies. I'm getting there. I'm unlocking them slowly, but... Oh, nice. Cool.
The rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood. Of course. What is it? I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me, about all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my father as possible before he really went over the edge. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then? All right. Here
I'm asking
goes.
her all the right questions, hopefully. Hopefully.
My ancestors. Created a portal in Soul King. Incredible. Incredible. Simply incredible. The Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of oblivion, the realm of the Daedra.
Oh no, not back to the
It's ruled
oblivion.
by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters. Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest. I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here. Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy. I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire. Nobody really knows. As far as I've heard, no one's seen them and returned to Tamriel to tell about it. I've heard stories. Stories about fools that manage to communicate with them. You give the Ideal Masters souls, they give you powers to summon the undead. It's all very businesslike. Because most of the stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the necromancers, who end up dead or wishing they were dead.
You can't marry her without mods. Oh. So disappointing.
Dexian said something about that scroll. What was it? Something to do with dragons, I think.
Why I'm asking all these
Maybe
questions
we should
and
try
trying to
asking at the
romance
College
her?
of Winterhold. Sounds like something they'd know about. Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating. I'm ready when you are.
Can we like get together romantically though? Is that possible?
Are you alright? That looked painful. Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The Soul Cairn is... well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment. There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem. Not your first choice, I'd guess? Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours. My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the Ideal Masters. It might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the Soul Cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe. I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way, something that would be easier for you. Just know that Whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody. Have you made up your mind?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. If I become a vampire, can I become a non-vampire? Disease, don't you?
This isn't an easy choice. Take your time. Are you sure? I'm willing to do it, but you need to think it through. You'll remain mortal, but you'll find yourself weakened within the soul cairn. I know this is difficult for you. I hope you trust me. I'd never do anything that could hurt you. As you wish. I promise to make this as painless as possible. Hold still.
What does that exactly mean? Weakened soul. Interesting. Wonder how weak I am exactly. Hope I can still fight.
What kind of place is this?
This is like being back on Oblivion.
Look at the sky. What kind of place is this? Just what my mother told me. I've also studied a little bit on my own, but there's not much. When something is trapped in a soul gem, and then the energy is used for powering an enchantment, the remnants are sent here. Well, I think it's specifically the black ones. I don't know if the soul cairn takes just any leftovers. Look at this place. Do you think anything would want to live here? The only things that can survive here are the ideal masters, the undead, and the souls themselves. Well, if you want to call that living. No, but there's no way she would have left it in Tamriel. She wanted to get it as far away from my father as possible. I can't imagine a better place. Then we find out where she hid it, if she's still alive. Well, as alive as she was before. Or is now. Or, you know what I mean. Probably to avoid whatever my father would do to her if he could get his hands on her. Or maybe her plan was to come back, but she was stuck here. We won't know until we find her. I don't think anyone's ever met the Ideal Masters. I'm not even sure anyone knows what they look like. They could be underground, flying above us. They might be the ground, I have no idea. Lots of theories. Some say they feed on them like I feed on blood. Others think they use them as payment to an even higher power, almost like a currency. A very strange currency. Whatever they're doing with them, they've been harvesting for millennia. No telling how many souls are trapped here. Look around you. There are some extremely powerful undead here. Even a necromancer as seasoned as my mother would be willing to spend years trying to gain access to them. Exactly. It's a lost art. Most necromancers just raise up whatever bodies are nearby. A simple trick, really. Child's play. But bringing something from the soul cairn gives you something much more powerful. Ah, that's usually the trick. It's possible to do it through a simple portal. But to finalize the deal, you have to travel here yourself. And most of them never come back.
Interesting stuff. We console. Health, magic, and stamina are slowly working. But I've got the swords for the job. Got to be some valuable stuff. Person.
What am I doing here? I don't belong in a place like this. Please, end this misery. Is there no end to this nightmare?
I can't help him. I can't end it. Wow. Help him.
Why can't I just die? I fear I'm cursed to walk this desolate land forever. There's no escape. What a horrible place.
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful, like they're still suffering.
Kind of peaceful.
Get out while you can. I wonder if my family misses me. I wonder if they're still alive. How much time has passed? Please, end this misery.
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful, like they're still suffering. Where'd you come from? Who's there?
What a horrible place. Shh. They're watching us. Always watching.
Look at the sky. What kind of place is
Is there
this?
no end to this nightmare? You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this. Arvak, my horse.
No.
We came to this horrible place together. We were attacked by monsters, so I told him to run. Please, he's such a loyal creature, and he's been running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you. Arvak! Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back!
Need to find Arvak. idea where it is.
Leave me be.
Harvac. Harvac gone.
Well, look what we have. Someone with flesh on their bones. Let's just say I sold something to a guy who turned out to work for a whole coven of necromancers. How in the name of Zenithar was I to know the ingredients were phony? Do I look like someone that would double-cross a necromancer? You got it. Horse, wagon, and all. Plopped here without so much as a word. I used to be one of the best traders in High Rock, you know. How people would track me down just to see what I had for sale.
That may have been his horse, this guy's horse. Don't know if that was Harvac.
Very funny. And what exactly are you going to pay me with? Take a look around. Gold doesn't exactly win you any friends around here. I'll tell you what. I appreciate what you're trying to do, so I'll play along. The only thing I see around here in abundance are soul husks. You know, those ugly fungus-looking things growing out of the ground. Bring me, say, 25 of them, and you can rummage through what was left in my cart. Odds and ends I've gathered over the years. Well, used to gather, before all of this nonsense happened to me. Tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can make a deal. If you have the husks. No husks, no sale. Guess you have some scavenging to do.
This place. You'd be wrong. Find my mother and get out of here quickly.
Landscape.
Where'd you come from?
They all actually have soul gems.
Mother? Mother!
Wake. And be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him. To make everything right.
Wait a minute. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down. Coming from one who murders vampires as a trade, I find it hard to believe your intentions are noble. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you. You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself. When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls.
I just need to open up the window, guys, and
The
quickly
scroll
go
I
to it.
presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
Okay. What's going on here?
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself. When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Aurion and his arcane weapon, Auriel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon. Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. It was expected of her, just as it was expected of me. Being selected as an offering to Molig Bal is an honor. She wouldn't have dared turn her back on that. It's what some call the domain of Molig Bal, his place in oblivion. Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Auriel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on stopping him? Have you been listening to me? Like Serana, I'm a pure-blooded vampire. My presence on Tamriel is as much of a danger as hers. You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures that need to be destroyed. Serana? This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me. But for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can. Yes, I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins. You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down. One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place. I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here. The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins. Unfortunately, yes. Since the Keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it. Let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer. I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect from its fabric to its appearance. Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the Soul Cairn. I believe there's more to it than that. I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence. Conduits, through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims. The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them. The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters wind up here as harvested souls.
Never.
Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness.
In this
where the
case,
vampire can flourish and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition. If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated. I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can continue to survive in the future. Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
Let's kill those keeper things and get back to the prison.
So let's kill those. Love Surrender.
I can't believe we found my mother alive. sooner we get out of this place... I'll hang back for a bit, but you're not leaving me behind. This is too important.
Nice.
Who's there?
But it actually hurt Serana, didn't it? Oh, black soul again. Build as well. Guys, what do you use black soul gems? Hello, Don Sphinx. Hello, welcome. We're there. Got a friend block on Twitter. Hey Sean, how's it going? Nice to see you back. Okay, so that's one delt. Oh, James. Oh, the greater chunk.
Where'd you come from? Let's kill those keeper things and get back to anything good.
charge on these door breakers? What did I miss? Well, it's basically opened up the portal in her laboratory, collected the ingredients, opened up the portal, we come into this place, and we met her mother. We spoke to her mother. Mother told us basically come here, make a deal with the what are they called? Ideal Mark, and said that she would give them the soul's name. Come here, she can have refuge here, because basically Anna's father needs a pure blood put on the bow that you read about Scrolls. She knows that she's a pure blood as well, so not only did she hide her daughter, her husband, she also hid herself in here. Told us that they basically deal with her mother, locked her up. They wanted her soul instead.
Did I call it the Great Hunt? What do you want? How does anyone expect me to write my opus with all of these rude interruptions? What do I mean, indeed? If I hadn't lost all of the pages, I wouldn't be in this predicament, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. Very well. I suppose a moment or two of my time couldn't hurt. I am Jib. Some call me Saint Jib. Others call me Jib the Eradicator. Perhaps you've heard of me. I can't say that I'm surprised by your answer. Until I get my second volume published, no one will ever know my achievements. A book? I'd hardly call a 26-volume epic simply a book. Surely you've heard of the rise and fall of Saint Jib the Eradicator, hero of Morrowind and savior of the Dhalma. Terrible. Simply terrible. I was in the midst of writing the second volume, and they just threw me into this prison. It's unfair. That damned Remora and his minions. They didn't even give me a chance to explain who I was. Well, I assume so. It cast a spell at me from some kind of strange black crystal. Next thing I knew, I arrived here. My what? Wait. That means... No. All these wasted months? Or has it been years? I don't even remember how much time has passed. No, my work will never see the light of day. My name will be forgotten. Perhaps. Do you have a way out here? Maybe I can't leave, but my writings can. In order to write the second volume of my opus, I need the notes from my first volume. Otherwise, I need to do all of this from memory. When I was tossed in here, I felt myself falling, and I dropped the pages I had been holding. There were 10 of them in all. Find them for me, please, I beg you. Well, that's a ridiculous question. Everyone traveling through here has said that the Oblivion Gates have been opening all over Tamriel. Has it been that long? Oh my. Well, it started with the followers of Mehrunes Dagon having Emperor Uriel Septim VII assassinated. Without a septum on the throne of the Empire, Dagon was able to leave Oblivion through the gates and attack. All I heard is that without a septum sitting on the throne of the Empire, the dragon fires in a place called the Temple of the One were no longer lit. This meant that we were vulnerable to the forces of Oblivion. Well, I don't know. Everything seemed fine until that Remora attacked me. I only heard later about the gates of the other souls. I can only assume the gates have been closed by now. Thanks again for searching. I don't know what I'd do without my pages.
How are you like? Yeah, I love this. Good. The idea of it. Especially to that guy, he didn't.
Who's there?
Oh, is that Arthur? Oh, that's what I mean. That's what. Oh.
You saved him! His soul is free, I can feel it! He's such a loyal beast. Here, I'll teach you how to call him to you. He'll help you get around this wretched place. But I'm sure he'd be much happier someplace sunnier. Goodbye, hero. Take good care of Arvak for me. Such a good horse.
I don't even have enough time. Mission. Ah, here it. cowboy. He's somewhere.
Who's there?
Here we go.
I knew I heard something. I knew I heard something.
Oh, my heart went.
Kill the beast.
That one's. Hey, this. I've been talking. Quite nice doing this. What happened to that? Sorry, guys. Moving them up. Come on, eye. Oh man, I don't like him, but too close to the edge, I'm gonna fall off. I'm gonna fall off. Better place.
Who's there?
How hard stealthing? Can't go. Should be okay to fight now. Oh, rolled off. Make sure. And to get the last one.
I wonder if my family misses me. I wonder if they're still alive. much time has passed. Please, end this misery.
That's well. Forget it. Demon. Doing. Fight me. That's all of them.
The barrier should be gone now. Let's head back.
I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Distract. Running into vehicles. Dragon run. Ages. Literally spread across.
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Very impressive.
No dragon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please follow me. Keep watch for Durnevere. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
The sooner we get out of this place, the better. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. The sooner we get out of this place, the better. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. The sooner we get out of this place, the better. Relieved, I think. All those things had been building for a while. You have no idea how long I wanted to say that to her.
Good to express
I
yourself.
loved my father, but when he found that prophecy, that became his life. Everything else, even me and my mother, we just became close.
You're more than just clutter. You're
I was
part of
close
his.
with my mother, but she just kept feeding me her opinions of him,
But
and
she did.
eventually I started believing them. The moment we gave ourselves to Molik Bal, things got really icy between them. They were both drunk with power, and pulling in different directions. And then he found that prophecy, and that was it. I was. Honestly, it took me up until now to figure out that my mother was really just as bad as he was. He was obsessed with power. She was obsessed with seeing him fail. It was just so toxic. Maybe I could have seen this coming. We could all be better off now.
Regular.
I know that in my head, but I just can't help feeling bad about the way things are. Sorry, I know you're trying to help. Thanks. Anyway, we should keep moving. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well, you know what I mean. I hear something. Who's there?
Lost him. Oh, he's right there. Wish I had the potion that paralyzes. That will help. Get a fire breathing dragon. It should... Ravages stamina. Maybe that'll stop. Vessel.
Still remember how to fight.
To keep him grounded. Possible, I don't. Oh, maybe I just. It's like I'm totally out. Dragon must have dropped something really good. Totally missed. dragon do?
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon.
He looks as young as I do.
Forgive my astonishment, but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon.
Come on, she's leading us to the scroll. 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 Come on, she's leading us to the scroll.
Oh wow, what a result. Look at that. Discovered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things.
Come on, she's leading us to the scroll. Come on, she's leading us to the scroll. Come on, she's leading us to the scroll.
I want to put that in,
Come on,
but
she's leading us to the scroll.
I want to get the upgrade for it.
Come on, she's leading us to the scroll. 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 Come on, leading us to the scroll.
Get the upgrade when I eat it.
Forgive my
Do
astonishment,
it a second.
but I never thought I'd witness the death of that dragon.
Leading you to the scroll. Come on, leading you to. Come on.
Volumes written on Durnevere allege that he can't be slain by normal means. It appears they were mistaken. Yes.
To be honest, on default settings, that dragon was pretty easy. Got a bit guilty. I think I should up the level, but then, oh, it's such a long game.
The soul of a dragon is as resilient as its
Nice to
owner's
play a game
soul.
on default once.
It's possible that your killing blow has merely displaced Durnevire's physical form, while
Feel
he
like a bit of a Sunday
reconstitutes himself. Minutes, hours, years. I can't even begin to guess. I suggest we don't wait around to find out. Now, let's get you the Elder Scroll, and you can be on your way.
Come on. She's leading us to the school. I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.
What did you want?
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone. I can't believe we found my mother alive. Well,
Now that you've retrieved the Elder Scroll, you should be on your way. If there's anything I can do before you depart, you must let me know. So my daughter applied some of the lessons I taught her about necromancy. Don't worry. I think I can help you. Your soul essence was trapped inside a gem. When you and Serana entered the soul cairn, it was given to the Ideal Masters as payment. You simply need to retrieve the gem. The moment you touch it, your soul essence will be restored. There's an offering altar not terribly far from here. I'm willing to bet that the gem you're looking for is there. Is there anything else? Could be your last chance. I have no choice. As I told you before, I'm a daughter of Cold Harbor.
It's
If I
your
return
boy
to
James.
Tamriel,
Hello,
That
welcome.
increases Harkon's likelihood of bringing the tyranny of
Going.
the sun to fruition.
Oh boy, hello. Good to see you again. Been a while, yeah. Been busy working a lot. Just thinking about you. I was thinking about pre-ordering Fallout 76, and I was just wondering if it's crossplay. It's crossplay. On the same server, because I think that they're going to release it. Well, I don't know if they're going to do it on release, but later on they're going to have a private server. We could have our own private server for the stream. I think we could have a little private server on it. We'll build our own stuff and trade with each other. That'd be awesome.
As much as it pains me to send you and Serana back alone, I can't take the risk. Remember that Harkon is not to be trusted. No matter what he promises, he'll deceive you in order to get what he wants.
Promise to make me a
And
vampire
promise
lord.
me you'll keep my daughter safe. She's the only thing of value I have left.
Why don't you come with us?
Did you have anything to add? Even if I could, it would only serve to hinder your efforts. Harkon would likely sense my return to Tamriel. The last thing you need right now is a trail for him to follow. Like Serana, I am a daughter of Cold Harbor, a vampire offspring of Nolik Wall. My presence in Tamriel would simply double the risk that Harkon could complete the prophecy. The only way I'd even consider returning to Tamriel was if Harkon were not only to fail, but to be
We
destroyed.
destroy Harkon, get you back with you. That's what we need.
You must understand. He's no longer the man I
'Cause I like
married all
Saran.
that time.
But I'll do anything.
He's obsessed. Insane. Everyone around him fears him as they would a rabid dog. For all of this to end, he must die.
I actually like to romance.
Farewell. Remember that Harkon's not to be trusted.
the sooner we get this phone home, the sooner we deal with my father.
Okay, let's go and get my soul back.
The sooner we deal with my father.
Did you see Pirate Rock? Yes, I did see a Pirate Rock. That game looks... Been having fun with Fallout 4 and all your mods. It's pitch black in.
Stay your weapons. I would speak with you, Quinarin. Cursed, not dead. Doomed to exist in this form for eternity. Trapped between Laas and Enoch. Between life and death. The hostility was necessary. I was bound to an oath. I believe in civility among seasoned warriors, and I find your ear worthy of my words. My claws have rended the flesh of innumerable foes, but I have never once been felled on the field of battle. I therefore honor name you Quanarin, or Vanquisher in your tongue. Your words do me great honor. My desire to speak with you was born from the result of our battle, Quanarin. I merely wish to respectfully ask a favor of you. For countless years I've roamed the Soul Cairn in unintended service to the Ideal Masters. Before this, I roamed the skies above Tamriel. I desire to return there. I fear that my time here has taken its toll upon me. I share a bond with this dreaded place. If I ventured far from the Soul Cairn, my strength would begin to wane until I was no more. I will place my name with you and grant you the right to call my name from Tamriel. Do me this simple honor, and I will fight at your side as your Graze Mazen, your ally, and teach you my Thum.
Been on my...
Trivial in your mind, perhaps. For me, it would mean a great deal. I don't require an answer, Quanarin. Simply speak my name to the heavens when you feel the time is right. There was a time when I called Tamriel my home, but those days have long since passed. The Dova roamed the skies, vying for their small slices of territory that resulted in immense and ultimately fatal battles. I was, but unlike some of my brethren, I sought solutions outside the norm in order to maintain my superiority. I began to explore what the Dova call Elok Gillan, the ancient forbidden art that you call necromancy. The Ideal Masters assured me that my powers would be unmatched, that I could raise legions of the undead. In return, I was to serve them as a keeper until the death of the one who calls herself Valerica. I discovered too late that the Ideal Masters favor deception over honor, and had no intention of releasing me from my binding. They had control of my mind, but fortunately they couldn't possess my soul. Free? No. I have been here too long, Quanarin. The Soul Cairn has become a part of what I am. I can never fully call Tamriel my home again, or I would surely perish. I only hope that you will allow me the precious moments of time there, through your call. In my language, the Quinaran is the vanquisher, the one who has bested a fellow Dova in battle. You are the Dovahkiin, the Dragonborn. You may not be one of us in body, but you have earned the right to bear this title.
Whoa.
Come on, let's go home.
Summon that dude when I'm doubling it. I need to get my soul back. Shame you can't jump. Because
Leave me be. I miss the warm sunshine, green grass, blue skies. I miss being alive. Only those who have suffered long can find the light within the shadows. Leave me be.
Come on, let's
Leave
go
me
home.
be. Want my advice? Never welch on a bargain with the ideal masters. They don't take it very well. This is no place for you. Get out while you can.
go on. Stopping by, mate. You about?
I'm glad we found the scroll, but I wish she could come with us.
Get her back. Don't. Guys, I think I'm just gonna make another cup of tea, guys. I'll be back in 5 minutes. See you in a bit. Hey, Ben. Welcome, Retro 310. Nice to see you again. Been a while. Are you a Skyrim fan? Next. Have you been? Yeah, I've been pretty good. Pretty good. I'm quite enjoying Skyrim. Just playing it quite casually, cruising through it pretty slow, and now I'm enjoying it. Do a quick. Yeah, I enjoyed E3. Quite excited about some new games that are coming out as well. Yeah, I think it was quite a good E3 this year. I don't know if you caught any of my streams. Because at least from here I can fast travel. So we need to go to the... Where I am. And I was stuck in that world. How long ago? What are you looking forward to? Forward to Fallout 76, Red Dead 2, even though that wasn't there. Looking forward to Ghost of Tsushima, Cyberpunk, Death Stranding, Rage, the new Rage, and new Spider-Man. Forward to that. Hopefully I will get a PlayStation
Anywhere, just out of this.
before that comes out. Last of Us 2. Forward to that. Resident Evil 2, looking forward. Hero, Shadows Die Twice. The guy from did Dark Souls. Forza Horizon in the UK, I'm quite... Okay, yeah, back to the... Oh, and Doom as well. Yeah, but I don't know when Doom's going to be out. I hope it's out sooner rather than later. I'm not getting my hopes up about Doom because I think it'd be out pretty soon. Maybe, what, March next year? I reckon it will be out sooner than most. Those unknown games. I mean games with unknown. Doom should maybe be... Like Cyberpunk I'm looking...
I don't want to see you... Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand? If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations. Well, all right, here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful. And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. Of course. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. I have a few things laying around that weren't worth adding to the collection. You may look through them. All right, then.
Wait, that book I over 50. Be a good read, that. Okay.
Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them.
We read it. Let's.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand? As a matter of fact, there are. Have you ever heard of Shalador? Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to research and study, but more than you would imagine possible. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I'm one of the few who can. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us. A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact. Fight well. You need a book? You talk to me. Otherwise you're going to find yourself in a lot of pain. Assorted books, scrolls. I'm sure you'll find something useful. Until next... Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials. Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls, but, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long. Somewhere up north, in the ice fields.
Okay, we've got a location.
He said he found some old Dwemer
Guess we're going there.
artifact, but well, that was years ago. Haven't heard from him since.
Okay. Right. Okay. Not actually telling me where he is. Gonna need more information than that.
I don't want... You need a book? You talk to me. Otherwise you're going to find yourself in a lot of pain. Until... next time.
Okay, yeah, we got a place, we got a location. Right, there we go. We're off. Go find him. Let's... Oh. I wonder if I can fast travel. I could just fast travel. If I fast travel there, it's going to put me inside, isn't it? Can't fast travel. Can't jump. Go over the bridge. Maybe it's this one.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several if you're talented.
No, it's not this one.
Please, don't do anything to anger the locals. They don't need additional reasons to hate us.
Here we go. So we're heading north. The icy fields. Basically that way. Have to find a way around, I think. Might have to just swim. I think I'm gonna have to swim. Surely the lake's frozen though. Oh crap. Oh, I didn't expect that. It's a nice statue. Like that in my front garden.
Please, don't do anything to anger the locals. They don't need additional reasons to hate us.
No, I will not. I just want to get to the icy fields. So tempted, but I think it's going to be death if I jump off. Jump off of this one though, surely. Let's see if we can swim there. Oh, I can't walk on this stuff. Oh, yes, I can. Cool. What a place to live, eh? Place to live.
When the top level was built, no more could be placed. It was and is the maximal apex. The ice entombs the heart, the bane of Kagranak and Degolthur. To harness it is to know the fundaments. The Dwemer
Hi Stealth, welcome back.
hides it from me. The Elder Scroll gives insight deeper than the deep ones, though, to bring about the opening. I have seen enough to know their fabric, the warp of air, the weft of time. But no, it is not in my possession. Here. Well, here as in this plane. Mundus, Tamriel, nearby, relatively speaking. On the cosmological scale, well, it's all nearby. One block lifts the other. Septimus will give what you want, but you must bring him something in return. You see this masterwork of the Dwemer, deep inside their greatest knowings. Septimus is clever among men, but he is but an idiot child compared to the dullest of the Dwemer. Lucky then they left behind their own way of reading the Elder Scrolls. In the depths of Black Reach, one yet lies. Have you heard of Black Reach? Cast upon where Drimmer City slept, the yearning spire hidden learnings kept. Under deep, below the dark, the hidden keep, Tower Mzark. Oftand, the point of puncture, of first entry, of the tapping. Delve to its limits, and Black Reach lies just beyond. But not all can enter there. Only Septimus knows the hidden key to loose the lock, to jump beneath the deathly rock. Two things I have for you. Two shapes, one edged, one round. The round one for tuning. Dwemer music is soft and subtle, and needed to open their cleverest gates. The edged lexicon for inscribing, To us, a hunk of metal. To the Dwemer, a full library of knowings, but empty. Find Mazark and its sky dome. The machinations there will read the scroll and lay the lore upon the cube. Trust Septimus. He knows you can know. The deepest doors of Dwemer listen for singing. It plays the attitude of notes proper for opening. Can you not hear it? Too low for hearings? To glimpse the world inside an Elder Scroll can damage the eye. The Dwemer found a loophole, as they always do, to focus the knowledge away and inside without harm. Place the lexicon into their contraption, and focus the knowings into it. When it brims with glow, bring it back. You look to your left, you see one way. You look to your right, you see another. But neither is any harder than the opposite. But the Elder Scrolls, they look left and right in the stream of time. The future and past are as... Sometimes they even look up. What do they see then? What if they dive in? Then the madness begins. Ooh, an observant one. How clever to ask of Septimus. This Dwemer lockbox. Look upon it and wonder. Inside is the heart of a god. But someone had the scroll, for not even the strongest man. Ooh.
Okay.
An observant one. How clever to ask of Septimus.
I think it's time we got out of this madman's cave. It's still going on. Well, I met Septimus, a brilliant but mad scholar living in the northern icy fields. He directs me to a dwarven supposedly houses an Elder Scroll. Doesn't care about the Elder Scroll itself, but wants me to use some kind of machine there to inscribe a dwarven lexion, Scroll's knowledge, and bring it to him. Okay. Go here. No. Discovered any of these locations. Yeah, well, not discovered that. Have you ever played a Telltale game? Yeah, I have. Yeah, I played a couple of them actually. Yeah, I played a couple stealth. Stealth, have you done your rankings for Joe? Yeah, hurry up and do your rankings and then we can play, man. Then we can play. Just play your 10 matches, get your ranking. Because otherwise we won't be matched up fairly until you get your ranking. Wait, I'm sure my horse was there. I'm going to go on my horse. It's going to save me lots of time. I got 4 more games. But I believe I've... Well, it doesn't matter how good or bad you are. It's just... Even if you're like bronze 1, like the worst rank, it doesn't matter. Because it just means that when I play with you, we'll be playing against 1 bronze 1 and then 1 gold. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter what rank you are, mate. It's just good to get a rank. And then I'll be matched up evenly. These vampires are on to me. They are on to me.
Get back here.
She's dead, Serena. I killed her.
There you are.
She's dead. I killed.
I won't fall for your tricks.
What? Oh, they're not dead. I took all her clothes off and she's come back to life. This is the one. Oh, she disappears, that's why. Which one's the leader? Who's that?
Oh, what is it? I can't say it surprises me. I kind of figured we were heading for this someday. I just didn't know when. If. I've been assuming that's where all this is going. I've been trying to make my peace with it. Come on, we can talk about this another time.
I do like our little chats, Serena. But we really need to sell some of this stuff. I would like to hit that shrine. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna have to go up. So I'm gonna have to go here, maybe. Try and get to it. There's a shrine way up here, is it? Come on, horsey. Come on, you can do it. Ah. Come a cropper. Leave the shrine. Others. Yeah, what a champion. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing horse. Oh. Almost rode off the cliff then.
Azura has seen your coming, traveler. It was not curiosity, but fate that has led you here. Azura has given me the gift of foresight. I had a vision of you walking up the steps to this altar.
But I didn't walk. I rode.
You have been chosen to be her champion. I know it is unexpected, but do not worry. It will all unfold as she has predicted. You must go to a fortress, endangered by water, yet untouched by it. Inside, you will find an elven mage who can turn the brightest star as black as night. It is cryptic, I know, but Azura's signs are never wrong. I believe the fortress may refer to Winterhold. Ask if they know this elven enchanter. My people, the Dunmer, built it. We fled from Morrowind
10 out of
after
10
Vardinfell
physics.
erupted almost 200 years ago. Those of us who were faithful to Azura were given a vision that led us away from the island before the worst came. This shrine is our thanks to her, that none will forget that she watches over us all. Twilight, guide your path. Azura. Yes, there were others at first, but Azura's visions tested everyone's faith. One by one, they left, afraid to know their own future. But I refuse to abandon the shrine. The visions are a gift. Azura warns me of tragedy, war, death, before it happens. I won't leave her guidance. May Azura's magic protect you.
2 apples. How could I take her apples? Oh, I'm pleased you're using that shield I give you, Serena.
We are children of the twilight, beings who are to be guided from the darkness into the
Right, well that was interesting. Let's move on. Let's move on. Something for me to do. It's good gathering up these missions. I can always do them later on. Now let's head here. Sightless pit. I'll wait till I pick the mission up for that place.
Who's there?
More vamps? Oh no, it's just an ice red. What? Oh, I'm not dead. It's a relief. Where's the horse? Oh, you're kidding me. My horse is dead. Have I got to buy a whole new horse now? How can my horse die, man? Wasn't it really even steep?
This is exciting, isn't it? Before you even ask, yes, I have an ancestry steeped in magic, and no, I don't want to talk about it. Yes, I know Winterhold used to be full of my kind, and no, I don't care that they're all gone now. Does that cover everything? I've just been asked enough questions. I'm here to learn not to explain myself over and over. Forgive me. I didn't mean to assume. Why? Because it's old and full of dead things? Clearly, you've never spent any time in Morrowind. Not really. Just that it's very, very old. It was one of the first cities of men in Tamriel, I think. Alright then.
And here we are. Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope.
I'm ready, let's go. What are we doing? This must be another mission.
We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
You got money? Okay, let's sell some stuff. Off of weight.
Until next time.
Have some of your stuff.
Alright, let's see what you have.
Rena, I know you got stuff to sell. Vampire art.
This is better than sitting around talking about magic, don't you think?
It's always encouraging to see the younger generation. Take a look. All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
Let's do this while we're here. Why not?
I'm not so sure we should be here.
Well, are there any questions before we begin? Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Brelina, my dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything designed to keep people out. Don't interact with them, just identify them.
Oh, this is the guy that was teaching me at the college. This is like a college outing.
I'm not seeing signs of any warding magics at all. Either they're not here,
Please be
or
careful
they were
here.
removed long ago.
The site isn't entirely secure.
Yeah, this was the guy that was teaching me at college.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured.
I wonder if everyone else would be so happy to rifle through the bones of their ancestors.
No.
Do you think there's treasure here? Something to make Jizargo a powerful wizard?
These guys.
You are new, yes? Have you mastered the expert-level distraction spells yet? Ah, this is good. But Jizargo will know them first. It is good to finally be around mages.
I'm not even a mage.
With Jizargo. Swift hunting.
I wonder if everyone else would be so happy to rifle through the bones of their ancestors.
What are we doing? We're looking for enchanted.
I wonder if everyone else would be so happy to rifle through the bones of their ancestors.
I'm not seeing signs of any warding
And this one.
magics at all. Either they're not here, or they were removed long ago. ancestors destroyed the homes of Onwin's ancestors. So much bloodshed.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured. Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured. Find Aniel Gain. He's somewhere in the northern section of the ruins. He'll show you what to do.
Who was that guy that was round here? Was that Anya? Someone did. He is. Anya. No, he's not here. Oh, there he is.
It's going to take forever to... He what? You must be one of the new apprentices then. Fine, fine. Just don't make a mess of my work, all right? I've only looked through a portion of this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything. Uh-huh.
I'm guessing he wants me to look now? North of... Well, I think I'm going to have to set this my mission. So I know where I'm going. Okay, well we've got one there. One there.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right? How in the world did that happen? Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use it?
What amulet was it? don't know. I know nothing about magic. I haven't used magic the whole game. I need to cure disease. I think I've got a disease.
I'm not sure what to expect here. Please be on your guard. Well, would you look at that? This appears to lead somewhere. Let's see where it goes.
Why in the world would this be sealed off? What is this place?
I'm not sure what to expect here. Please be on your guard.
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more about what you saw? The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd. And danger ahead? Why, that doesn't make any sense at all. The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of their order in a long time. Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find? They were a group of mages with a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive. No one's seen them in well over 100 years. They vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Artaeum. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place. Until next time.
Who's there?
Be prepared to defend. To defend yourself.
Who's there?
Do something! I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins. I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins. This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this. You, however, should press on. See if you can find whatever this vision of yours mentioned. It's truly dangerous. Be careful. Go on ahead. I'm sure I'll catch up with you before long. This is simply fascinating.
Interesting. This is a bit of an unexpected adventure. Right, guys, I think I'm going to actually leave it there now. And I will be back tomorrow with some more. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it, everybody that's been watching, or, you know, even just stopping by for a little bit. Thank you very much. It's been really enjoyable, as always. Right, guys, take care. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you. Good night. Good night, Block. Good night, Stealth.